What is up, Yankee fans? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and we are in our last show for the 2024 year. It has been a hell of a year, an action-packed year. I wanted to go live one more time before the year passed by. Obviously, tomorrow night we'll not be going live. Going to be spending time with family for New Year's Eve. And New Year's Day will not be going live as well. Probably go live on the 2nd. But look, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to, where the Yankees are at, what, is next. But I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of like just go through the year, talk about the year. And apologies for my mic. My setup got a little messed up. I banged into my desk right before. Which is why I had to delay for a couple minutes, but my mic should be back on. I don't really have a script for this show. I don't have like a set of top. I usually have like a kind of a cheat sheet of some topics and some stats and some tabs already ready to pull up. I figured we'll just do a little roll call here. Everyone who's here, let's go Yankees. Let's get it going. I really appreciate you guys taking part of your day to spend it with us and spend it with the Fireside Yankees channel and on this live stream. We've got Aiden here, Cruise Control, Brandon Moore, Mr. Monkey, Andrew Nevins, Ball Knowers Anonymous, Donovan, Tim King of Jordans, Christopher. We've got a lot of people here today, and really appreciate you guys again taking your time. Steve, my boy, hi. I'm glad you're. Yes, Mr. Monkey is a great name. Appreciate you here, man. Appreciate you being here, man. Nate, trade Aaron Boone for Mookie Betts. Yeah, I guess I would trade a manager for a top 5 position player in the world. But Aiden did ask a question regarding Tim Hill and Andrew Chafin. I wanted to talk about this. I didn't want to let this one go by without answering it. I think the Yankees will end up with one of Tim Hill or Andrew Chafin because I think the Yankees like Tim Hill a lot. I still think he's the guy who's going to be their left-handed addition. I do wonder if Chafin is someone they're looking at because of the strikeouts, and maybe they have more of a, for lack of better terms, I guess more of a desire to add some swing and miss and some strikeouts. This past season, they didn't have a ton of strikeouts in the bullpen. They were 12th in strikeout percentage as a team. And to me, that matters. I think that missing a ton of bats is important. Sorry about my mic again. I got a new mic. It's just, I think my XLR cable might have been busted. Again, I did kind of run into a table, walk into it, and kind of trip over it a little bit. So I imagine my cables are a little bit of a mess. Look, I think Tim Hill makes all the sense in the world for the Yankees. I also think Chafin makes a lot of sense for the Yankees because he can bring some swing and miss. And then, of course, I think that the big thing for me is that the Yankees are, their bullpen's in a good position. They have a lot of bullpen depth. They have a lot of pitching depth. They have some rotation depth. I just want them to have as much depth as possible because pitchers are probably the most injury-riddled position group in baseball. They're the one that, you can lose guys for an entire year like this, right? It doesn't take some freak accident. It just takes pitching, right? Unlike with position players where it usually requires some sort of freak accident, some sort of unnatural motion, unnatural action, a collision, something of the sort to knock a position player out for the year. The ulnar collateral ligament is extremely delicate and it's vital to throwing a baseball. So, getting as much pitching depth is important. They don't have a lot of lefties. I also think it'd be interesting to see if they pick up 2 lefties. So there's that. They don't have a 40-man, a lefty on the roster on the 40-man who is a reliever. They only have 2 starting pitchers who are lefties, and that's Carlos Rodon and Max Fried, of course. As we move on from 2024 Yankees season, heading to 2025, still more offseason to go. Yankees, one more piece, second baseman to protect Aaron Judge. He has 3 years left of his prime. So I don't know if Judge even has 3 years left, right? Like, you never know how many years left of someone's prime that they actually have. I feel like windows are always smaller than people think. You never really foresee the conclusion of a team's window or a player's window of success. But I certainly agree that you need to go get a second baseman or a third baseman. but they need to import an infielder from the free agent or trade market, whether that's Ha-Seong Kim, whether that's a Willie Castro, whether that's going big for Brendan Donovan. To me, I just care that we have an external option. I would prefer someone who can play the position decently well, but I think the bat is the priority. They have to be able to hit. You can't have a glove first guy who can't really hit. That's not going to kick it. I know people are going to say, well, you want Ha-Seong Kim. Well, Ha-Seong Kim's been above average hitter for 3 years, right? So, I think being an above average hitter is part of the prerequisite for the Yankees to get for this player to be a good fit for the Yankees. Doesn't have to be a guy who was an above average hitter last year, just someone who has the skills to be an above average hitter and someone that you can say, yes, this guy will contribute positively to the Yankee offense in the 2025 season. Gleyber Torres, that's a tweet. Look, I still think I like the move for Detroit. I do. I think he'll do better somewhere else. But speaking of Detroit, Angelo Productions goes, Matt Vierling to the Yankees. I think he'd be a solid pickup. Now, to clarify what the smoke, quote unquote, regarding Matt Vierling is, it wasn't so Chris Kirshner dropped an article today on The Athletic. You guys are free to, go check that out, of course. I think I'm behind a paywall. I do pay for The Athletic. I think it's a worthwhile subscription. I think they have great stuff. Chris Kirshner, he does great work. Brandon Cuddy, he's the other beat reporter for the Yankees for The Athletic. They're both phenomenal at what they do. I highly recommend you check out their work. He mentioned that if the Tigers signed Alex Bregman, he speculated whether that would make someone like Matt Vierling, who is an outfielder but plays the infield too, maybe doesn't really have a position or doesn't really have a spot in the offense if they add someone like Bregman. Because if they add Bregman, you could move Jace Young out of the lineup, but that'd be a little interesting. Matt Vierling's a little older. He's entering his arbitration years. If you're the Tigers, you can maybe offset some of the financial investment you've made in Bregman. Vierling, let me share my screen now because I know I'm not. I know that you got. I think the sharing the screen is a fan favorite. I'm just going to share this tab. I apologize again. A little bit, I guess for lack of better terms, a little bit thrown out of sorts. But Matt Vierling had a really strong year this year. 108 WRC plus, a 2.6 WAR, 2.8 base running runs. He was an excellent base runner. Decent power. He hit 16 home runs with 28 doubles and 5 triples. His chase rates came down a ton. His swing decisions got so much better. His contact rates were really good. His game power and raw power were career best marks. He did a really good job of just being a positive contributor to the offensive side of the ball. A 108 WRC plus with that kind of base running would be certainly valuable to the Yankees. He's someone who has, again, good bat-to-ball skills, a good feel for the strike zone, decent enough power. He's been an above-average hitter in 2 of his 4 major league seasons. He has a career 100 WRC plus. He's entering his age 28 season. I think that he would be truly, in my opinion, the kind of player who would be, just a nice upgrade, just a nice upgrade, a nice addition to improve the infield, improve your lineup, give yourself some more depth offensively. And again, I just kind of look at the Yankees as the kind of team where they have a lot of star talent. They just need to get a little bit better. So, I personally think the Yankees are in a position where, they can do this. They can, the Yankees can make this kind of addition if, of course, the Yankees would be able to acquire guys Vierling, I think, if he became available. I think the Yankees have players that could be attractive to the Tigers. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But with that being said, let's see what we got here. We've got Tigers ain't trading Matt Vierling. I also don't think they will. I'm just saying if they were to, if. So, yeah. Is Willie Castro a better defender at second base or third base? Now, Willie Castro profiles better for third base because of his previous data. And I think he profiles better for third base because of how he is as a fielder, as an athlete. In his career, -9 DRS, +4 OAA at second. That's 1,000 innings of work. At third base, 458 innings, 1 DRS, -2 OAA. One could argue that Willie Castro his defensive value at second base is really harmed by 1 bad year at second. And that outs above average and fielding run value view him as a positive defender. But again, I think that the range that Jazz Chisholm has is far more valuable than the range that Willie Castro has. I believe that range is more important for you at second base than it is at third base. I think arm talent is extremely important at third base. Jazz Chisholm has excellent arm talent. He has unbelievable arm talent. I'm going to also remove the banner that's currently up because I realized it's blocking part of the screen. I didn't realize that until now. Hope no one in the comment section. Yeah. Sorry. So Willie Castro, better defender at third than second for sure. Based on the data and again the profile of the defender. Castro doesn't have insane range. It's good range, but his arm talent is truly incredible. The kind of guy who I think could really profile well at third base for the Yankees this year. Any big news or rumors for the Yankees? I'm so eager to wake up to another signing of a bat. Anything would be great to add to the lineup. So the New York Yankees have not been attached to anyone that, they haven't been previously attached to. Spoke about them. There was just more kind of like they're not going out and getting Non Arenado. The whatchamacallit. The report from Joel Sherman was that out of all the people he spoke to, he has not heard a single Yankees person go, oh yeah, the Yankees are in on Arenado. He hasn't heard that at all. So just continues to confirm that the Yankees and Arenado is not a realistic rumor. It's not something with again, it's not something that I think it has any like substance to it. And again, just like nothing new on that front. I don't think anything new is going to happen until after the new year. I think we're going to see things continue to slow down for the Yankees. Unless there's like a minor like signing here or there. There's always minor league signings that kind of trickle out, kind of come about and happen out of nowhere. So yeah. Video on YouTube just about us getting Ketel Marte. Is there anything to that? No, it's complete bullshit. The Diamondbacks are not trading Ketel Marte. They are in a contention window. They just paid Corbin Burns quite a lot of money. I'd be utterly stunned if they decide to sell off any pieces on their roster, unless said player is giving them said player they get in return is a direct, and I mean direct upgrade to their pitching staff. It makes them honestly better, right? It has to be that kind of move. And the Yankees don't have that for them. They don't have the kind of bat that they'd be looking for. And they shouldn't be trading a bat right now. They should be trying to hoard bats. They need more offense. So, yeah. And, the last thing I wanted to say in regards to, the Yankees and kind of where their infield market goes, I think the Yankees are going to I don't think the Yankees are going to swing for some insanely massive like player. Like I think it's going to have to be, it's going to have to be them getting creative or them going for a guy who's more like kind of just like solid, just solid player. I don't think they're getting a superstar. I think they're going to get a solid player in the infield. And there's nothing really wrong with that, in my opinion. As long as it's a solid player, it's a solid player, like a 3 WAR players is what I'm aiming for here. They do not have to give up draft picks to get Ha-Seong Kim. He did not get a qualifying offer. Therefore, he did not decline a qualifying offer. I like Gabe Spire as a name. I think that he's someone who, has upside. He can miss bats. He can get the ground balls. The kind of pitcher who, you always say, yeah, that profiles well for the Yankees. Agreed. If you can trade for Jose Miranda. We talked about this in one of our previous live streams. Jose Miranda's inability to play defense at a competent level at second or third base makes him an unlikely target, in my opinion. He has multiple years of control. He's cheap. It doesn't make sense for the Twins to trade him from that perspective. And then from the Yankees' perspective, they'd have to trade a cost-controlled pitcher to get a player who is just a worse version of Gleyber Torres. At that point, you just bring back Gleyber Torres. They had no interest in bringing back Gleyber. That tells me someone who's going to routinely make defensive mistakes and routinely make base running mistakes is not someone who the Yankees are going to acquire unless it's for cheap on a minor league deal. So, yeah. Look, it's possible for sure that a team gives them shortstop money, but haven't heard anything about that yet. We have to kind of see, where that market goes. The Yankees should be in on Ha-Seong Kim until someone, makes an offer he can't refuse. So, I personally think that the Yankees are in a position where, they can also move some money. I think they can move Stroman. I think they can move Grisham. I don't think they can eat all of the money on Stroman's deal, obviously, but even, getting $6, $7, $8 million off your payroll, that helps. It helps. So, yeah. Brooks Raley would be an interesting bet. He's coming back from injury, but certainly would be an interesting bet. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Giants for winning and giving the Titans a better draft pick. No, I actually really hated that. So I'd prefer if the Giants had the number 1 overall pick versus wins that they don't need and all that stuff. In the last live stream, someone said Grisham's not worth $5 million because he's a bench guy. I love Stan, but he's going to hit the IL at some point. And when Stan did last year, Grisham was good. I agree. I fully believe that Trent Grisham's worth $5 million. Now, granted, if they can move his money and find a cheaper backup outfielder who provides similar value, sure. I doubt that they can do that. I do believe they can move Grisham and do so very easily. In fact, I don't think anything's stopping them from doing it outside of the fact that they, quite honestly, don't really want to do it, probably. I wouldn't want to do that if I'm the Yankees. I wouldn't want to just dump him for money. It's $5 million, right? It's not like catcher where the Yankees have actual, major league caliber players, or, it's not like, in my opinion, Grisham is a detriment to the roster. As you mentioned, Stan's kind of a guaranteed IL trip. You don't know who else is going to hit the IL. Cody Bellinger's hit the IL in each of the last 2 seasons, right? So, Grisham is someone who can play center field, do it at a high level. I do believe he's someone who the Yankees should keep around if they, don't get an attractive offer for him. They shouldn't just dump him for money. I agree. What about the Yohan Duran rumor? I have seen nothing about Yohan Duran. Nothing at all. So I don't know if you could reference it for me. If you could put an account that tweeted it or something, or just tell me where you got it from. If it's public information, I just don't really personally I don't really I didn't see anything about that. So yeah. Profar rumor. I haven't heard anything about Profar either. I doubt the Yankees are going to go out and acquire Jerkson Profar, who is an outfielder, not an infielder at this point in time. The Yankees signed Ha-Seong Kim. Is he not available until midseason because of the injury? To clarify, the report from Jeff Passan talking about Ha-Seong Kim from kind of earlier in the winter was that Ha-Seong Kim would return in April. So, there's that. That's where it's at. Let's see. Brandon Lowe would love Brandon Lowe. Would love Brandon Lowe or Lowe. Forget what it is. Lowe. Point is, he would certainly be a help, and he would certainly be someone who the Yankees would benefit from having. Attach a prospect to DJ and Stroman to move them. You would have to attach Jason Dominguez to get DJ off the books. He also has a no trade clause. Not no trade clause. Excuse me. He has 10-5 rights. He has been a veteran for 10 years in the major leagues or more. And he's been with the Yankees for more than 5 years. Therefore, he is allowed to reject any trade. He can, if the Yankees try to trade him, he has to approve said trade. I think that also stands in the way of that. And of course, DJ was a negative WAR player. You have to DFA him if you're going to get him off the roster. And of course, I think that Stroman is someone who's easier to move. Wouldn't require a guy like I wouldn't look at him and go, you have to trade Jason Dominguez to get rid of him. But yeah, I mean, I think the Yankees have, what it takes to get Stroman off the books. I know that's a really long-winded answer, but I don't think they're getting DJ off the books. I think they're getting Stroman off the books. So, yeah. Let's see. Would prime DJ LeMahieu be a good player comp for Brendan Donovan? I guess so, right? Like a really well-rounded hitter. I'd say I wouldn't say an MVP candidate. That's what LeMahieu was for 2 years. But I would certainly say the kind of player who is an all-around strong hitter, a good leadoff hitter, can play all over the infield, can provide value in various different ways defensively. That's certainly the kind of player who I believe, that's the kind of player I think the Yankees, could be looking at if they were to get him. I just think he's going to cost a lot. So, yeah. I believe that this is speculation. It's kind of like, Yankees should do this. You should go after Yohan Duran. Not necessarily the Yankees are linked to Yohan Duran. There's a difference between, this team should do this, and this team is trying to do this. So just want to clarify that. Let's see. When will they make the Goldschmidt signing official? So the Yankees love delaying this stuff because they can. And delaying the official signing of a player gives the organization more time to organize the 40-man roster. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I think that Goldschmidt, I don't think there's anything new to it. It's kind of like with Max Fried when we were freaked out. Oh my God, when is he going to be official? Yeah. Our team's done meeting with Roki Sasaki. I don't know. The process has been extremely private. I don't think we know anything about it outside of the Dodgers feel really good about their chances, and people will be stunned if he goes to anywhere other than the Dodgers or maybe the Padres. So, I don't think the Yankees are going to get Roki Sasaki. I've said, that a million times on this stream, not on this stream, on the live streams, on the podcast. I don't have any hopes of landing Roki Sasaki. So, but I don't think teams are done. I believe January 15th is when we're going to start. Is when I believe he could make a decision by, if I'm not mistaken. I forget how that works. I'm not informed. I'm not super informed on the deadlines and all that because, gonna be honest, I just not really super high on the the Yankees' ability to I'm not like super like, oh, the Yankees, like how they gonna get Sasaki, this and that. Like I just haven't been super into it because I'm not super optimistic about their odds. Showman's such a Marlin with the rev share shit. Well, technically the Marlins could take on other contracts, not the Stroman one. So I think it's a good fit for both parties. But we'll see from there. Do you know anything about the new performance center being built down in Tampa? Looks massive. I do not know anything about it. I would love to go see it, though. I actually would love to go to spring training. That's something that, stay tuned. 2025. We'll see. What do you think about Colin Poche? Also a free agent lefty. It feels like a Yankee move. He on a minor league deal. I mean, again, I have no problem with the Yankees. Not no problem, excuse me. I would love when the Yankees go out and do things like acquire, talented relievers on minor league deals because can never have too many of them. Can never have too much pitching depth. I don't know if he's signed with an organization already. I don't know if he's with a pro club at this point in time. He's a free agent. Last year was not great with the Rays, but missed, some time. Still could be a productive reliever. He has had really productive years out of the bullpen. He has really good stuff. He's got a sick fastball. He misses bats. I think he's someone who the one thing I do wonder about is the lefty-righty splits. Yeah, he's better against righties than lefties. Wonder what the Yankees would think about that. Stuff plus scores have dropped. That's a concern. But those are things that it's why it's a minor league deal. Worst case scenario, he's still bad, and then you just cut him. So yeah, but when he's on, he's got that invisible fastball. That invisible ball is gross, folks. He's a gross pitcher. And I'd love to take a flyer on this kind of player. I already answered this one. Do you think Volpe's going to be the Yankees' long-term shortstop? If he has like a 100 WRC plus at any point, like he's a consistent 100 WRC plus player, yeah, he'll be the Yankee shortstop for a very long time. Dodgers-Yankees rematch. Definitely possible. I think that it's way too soon to know how I feel about where the major leagues are going to go, how the major league standings are. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure where the Yankees are at in terms of where they stack up across the rest of the sport. And also the National League, injuries happen, all that stuff. That definitely affects everything. So, we'll see. I'm not sure where it's what we're gonna get for World Series matchup this year. Lots of time for that to kind of unfold, but I do definitely think that the Dodgers are the favorites in the National League. I do think to an extent they are the Yankees are the favorites in the American League as it stands. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, Ben Rice, backup catcher. Seems like more should be talking about an interesting fact that Ben Rice appears to be the backup catcher. So I don't know who their backup catcher is going to be. I think that's going to be an open job for the Yankees to take. So for a player to take on the Yankees. So whether it's Chase Escara, Ben Rice, an external option, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm certainly excited and interested to see how the Yankees go from there. Fangraphs projects Volpe for a 101 WRC plus, which I would absolutely love. That would make him like a 4 to 5 WAR player easily. So the fact that I do think that Steamer's higher on Volpe's bat than I am at this point in time, but I absolutely do think that the New York Yankees, if they had a 101 WRC plus of Anthony Volpe, would be they would be one of the best teams in the league. Like they'd be an elite team. They'd have an elite lineup. Volpe, I agree, would be like a 4 to 5 WAR player with that kind of WRC plus output. I don't think DJ's going to be a starting third baseman. I really don't. I think the Yankees, as they stand, are 4 to 5 games better than the next AL East team. I think they're about 1 to 2 games better. Still think it's like a margin of error thin enough for me to believe, all right, he's they're good. They're better than the other teams, I think, but not by enough where I'd be shocked for them to, you know what I mean? I'd be shocked to see the Yankees like win 100 games, everyone else win like 85. Just watched Joe Caputo of the Shift 2 a moment ago. Yankees trade for Brandon Love for Rafael Flores. Could make sense for the Yankees. What do you think, Ryan? Rafael Flores profiles the guy the Rays would like. He hits the ball extremely hard. He's a catcher/first baseman. I think that the Rays would want a pitcher in this deal if they were to trade away Brandon Lau, but would certainly love Brandon Lau for the Yankees. I think he makes all the sense in the world for this offense. He's a thumper, provides some pop from the left-handed side. Isn't a bad enough defender where I'd be pissed to see him play second. The only concern really is injuries. Contract's very favorable. The bat's very favorable. This is the kind of guy that immediately improves the ceiling and floor of this team dramatically and could give the Yankees the kind of lineup that's very circular. And of course, as I just mentioned, they can put up a lot of runs with Brandon Lau hitting behind Aaron Judge. It's not official. There's no official. It's just I think it's just like a speculation. The AL East. I still think the Orioles and Red Sox are pretty good, even though the Orioles haven't done much. So yeah. Are we ready for Carlos Rodon Cy Young year when he finally remembers that it's changed with top tier pitch and he should throw it more? Carlos Rodon throws a changeup, at the right efficiency. He mixes it in extremely well. Then I think we could see that the Yankees are going to be able to, I think that the Yankees would see a version of Carlos Rodon that's like a 3 to 4 WAR pitcher. Depends on health, of course. But he really has, the kind of repertoire that can be a top of the rotation starter still. He has a power fastball. He has a power slider. And he has a really strong changeup as well. So, and the cutter, too, could be an interesting pitch for him. I'm really curious to see kind of where things are going to go from here for someone like Rodon, who kind of has to build off of last year. Can't just be, all right, stay stagnant, don't do anything else. I need to see forward progression. I need to see that second half wasn't fugazi. So, yeah. Jesse says, everyone gives him a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, set notifications for new videos. I appreciate you, Jesse. Yeah, you guys should do it. Press the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate you guys sticking by. And, I have some words that I'd love to give towards the end of the live. This is going to be a long live just because, just not a lot to talk about, if we're being honest, in terms of like new news. What do you think about the future plans are when Stanton's gone? That's an interesting question. I do think that Giancarlo Stanton's offense, if he's going to continue to hit the way he did last year, the bad defense, the lack of any defensive value, and the awful base running is something I'll live with. But I do agree that if the bat isn't good and it's just solid, like it's not really good, then you got to start looking into other options. I think that we're in that window of Stan's contract where the year that he falls off, the Yankees will cut him, I think we're in that window for DJ LeMahieu as well. And I know that sounds crazy. He just had a crazy good postseason, but it's all about future production, not past production. It's all about present day, projecting future value, trying to make the best moves possible for your team. So, I do agree that I've always been very open to looking at. I guess I've always been very open to change, with the Yankees. I never really feel beholden to the Yankees' ability to make what are probably controversial moves, if we're being honest. I don't think it's Oswald Peraza's time to take over. I think it's the Yankees' time to acquire an infielder. His time to take over was when that shortstop job was open. This is a contending team. This is a team that needs to try to go out and win the World Series. This is not a team in a rebuild. They should not be operating as such. Playing Peraza at second is operating as a rebuilding team. So yeah, Yeah, if you also saw the cutter usage in the ALCS, he was mixing in cutters at the top of the zone against the Guardians, and it really worked. Stephen Kwan, I remember he was just spamming those cutters to Kwan, and it was working. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see kind of what he does in 2025. How can he continue to mature and develop his pitch repertoire? Because I think he's a smarter pitcher than people give him credit for. He's got a ton of upside, and he's got a ton of talent. That's all for now. Ryan Garcia, Happy New Year's to you, and Alex Wilson, can't wait to talk to you. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, Brandon. Happy New Year's to you and yours as well. Really appreciate it, my man. Heard Joel Sherman said the Yankees are most likely go the platoon at third. Look, I think that the Yankees are the kind of team where, you know, they'll tell you that they love Caleb Durbin, and then they'll trade him. So we'll see. This infield market hasn't moved at all. I get it if like all of the big time guys or all of the important upgrades or anyone that like is of value was off the board. Who's the prominent, like Willie Adames is probably the prominent infielder that's moved, right? That's the one player that's moved off the board. So, yeah, I don't really see a world where like the Yankees are going with DJ LeMahieu starting at third base. I'm sorry. You can tell me I'm crazy. You can tell me I'm delusional if I am. I am. You know, we'll see how right or wrong I am. I just doubt it. Just really doubt it. Really doubt it. Any chance Peraza will get traded? Probably, right? Because he's out of spot. He's out of 40-man. He's out of, minor league options. He has to either be cut or, if he's not cut, then he has to make the team. He has to be on the 20 roster. So, yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? Opinions on Brandon Drury. He was literally the worst player in baseball last year. Maybe a minor league deal, see what he got. Yeah, I would love to go a minor league deal. I think it's a really good idea, actually. Brandon Drury as a minor league deal is, I think, an interesting idea. Yes, he was really bad last year, 100%. But yeah, you're trying to figure out if there's maybe a little bit more. He's 32. He's not like 38, something like that. He's entering his age 32 season. I'm going to press the screen instead. It was 260 plate appearances. Was he just hurt? Was he just banged up? What happened? Was it playing on the Angels? What happened here? Can't hurt to do a minor league deal. Worst case scenario, he's just awful, right? That's the worst case. He's just awful, and he's a minor leaguer who you keep down there for years for the year. That's where I'm at. You know, I don't really see a reason to be like against these kind of minor league deals. I love these kinds of ideas. I always love these kinds of ideas. Hey man, appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you stopping by, Ken. I really do. I really, this year's been incredible for Fireside Yankees and for all that stuff. The growth on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, it's been unbelievable. And it's because of you guys. And it's because you guys have always been, supportive, always want to just chop it up, talk ball. And I appreciate that. I'm just a guy who likes talking baseball, man. I like talking about baseball. That's what I like doing. And you guys let me do that for work and let me do that as a career and try to chase that kind of career. So I really appreciate it. I do. I hope you have, a great rest of your night, man. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your night, dude. Happy New Year's to you and yours. Yeah, I hope we can keep, bouncing these ideas off each other and keep talking ball and keep chopping it up, man. Renzel says, what do you think about Moncada or Paul DeJong on a minor league deal? A minor league deal, either player. I'll take either player. Both major league players, right? I'm not saying I'm in love with Paul DeJong. I'm not, but he's a major league player. He is. That's a fact. And I feel the same way about Yohan Moncada. These are major league caliber players. I just care that I'm getting a major league caliber player. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Right? I don't know if that's like an underwhelming answer. I hope it's not. But as long as I'm getting a quality major leaguer, I'm pretty happy. So, yeah. And Yohan Moncada, if he was if these are minor league deals, like you can't say no to them, right? I really feel like you can't. As for major league guaranteed deals, maybe I'd be a little bit more skeptical because you have to give them a spot on your roster and that, opportunity cost, right? What are you getting? What are you not doing because you made this move? yeah, again, I not really worried about the situation with Burns. I mean, Goldschmidt, I'm not. I never get worried about these things, and I refuse to. Yeah, I don't think anything's really up with Goldie. I think we're just gonna find out about the signing soon. Where do you think Santander ends up? I think the Blue Jays. They have a good team, great team. Now we need a good third baseman. Yeah, they need a good third baseman. I agree. Need a third baseman. Besides the Yankees, is the best team in the American League. Rangers or Red Sox? Yeah, that's my two picks. That's my two picks. Yeah, I think the Yankees could help Moncada tap into some of his stuff, but there are injury concerns, there are effort concerns that occurred, at with the White Sox. Have to wonder if that's a culture thing. If that's just like the White Sox or the White Sox, and they can't really do anything right. So, yeah. Let's see. Astros, yeah, the Astros are still good. Astros are still good. They're definitely in that tier. I apologize. I just kind of was thinking off the top of my head. But if the Rangers stay healthy, they'd be the second best team. If they're healthy, they're electric. If they're healthy, they're electric, man. They've got, obviously the pitching staff, they're healthy, would be very good because of Jacob deGrom. What's up, my man? Yo, 161 River Ave. Hope you're doing well, dude. Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays, and hope you have a new year, good new year, my man. Orioles are good. Yes, absolutely, they're good. I just think that they're a question mark. I thought Volpe in April and May there was some luck involved, but I also thought he was hitting the ball decently hard to start the year. So yeah, I think he's got to just find a way to balance making contact while making some quality contact. 'Cause I think he struggles to do one or the other consistently. As far as reliever help, why the Yankees in our Finnegan? First and foremost, I don't know if that's like just early offseason stuff. The other thing I'd like to say in regards to Kyle Finnegan is that if he doesn't cost a lot, who cares, right? The Yankees have done a really good job with guys who have command issues and have excellent stuff and getting them to queue up their pitches and sequence better and generate some more chases. It's, to me, whenever the Yankees acquire a reliever, I don't think twice about it. I don't go, what are they doing? I go, probably gonna be good here. It's kind of my thought process. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before. Baltimore's biggest problem is pitching. Yeah, I would agree. Definitely pitching. Definitely pitching. Yeah. We need postseason Volpe where he's working counts and taking walks. Yep, I agree. If his play discipline is really good, he'll be a pretty good player. Thoughts on Brennan Davis? Brennan Davis, excellent raw power. Oop, I just dropped my mixer. Brennan Davis has excellent raw power. His raw power is really strong. He can drive the ball a ton. He can hit the ball extremely hard. And the other thing that he can do really well is, he makes really good swing decisions. He doesn't chase. He swings a lot in zone. But what he has to work on is his contact rates and, of course, just kind of staying healthy. He has to stay healthy. If he doesn't stay healthy, it's going to be hard to develop skills. Try getting better when you can't play consistently. So, yeah. I wonder if Dominguez is one of the top guys that can win AL Rookie of the Year. I think he is. I think he's certainly one of the top contenders for the award. He is a truly, and I mean truly, excellent talent. So, yeah. I'm gonna start wrapping this up in like the next 5 minutes. Again, I know it's not a longer show. There's just not as much to talk about. The offseason's kind of dead. My voice is a little shot. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I'm gonna probably just recover over the weekend, over the new year. I feel like the Yankees need a bench bat. What are some good options out there? For a bench bat, Josh Rojas, because he's versatile, can play kind of all over the field. Yeah, that's what I think. Ooh, who leads off for the Yankees? That's a really good question. I think Jazz Chisholm. That's my answer. Jazz Chisholm. He would be the ideal leadoff man, given the current shape of the roster. So, yeah, I could be wrong. Could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong on that. Would have to be, yeah, because his speed and his power, and he doesn't walk a ton, but like I don't know if a lot of guys in this team walk a ton. So yeah. they need a leadoff hitter. They need someone who gets on base. That's something they also need to focus on. Before we depart for the new year, and again, just like, I want to make sure this allows you guys to get questions in while I'm saying this. I really want to appreciate what you guys have done for this channel, for the Yankees, for Fireside Yankees, for our social media pages, for all of us here at the company. You guys have been unreal. I actually did have something I wanted to show you guys. I think I left it somewhere on my bed. I'm gonna grab it real quick, but I'll be back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to show you guys. For keep submitting questions. I'll answer them all. There's one thing I wanted to grab for you guys, and it was. We're back. I got it for you guys. So, we got these for my boss, Alex. You guys obviously know Alex. Alex and I do the podcast all the time. Got we'll be wearing these on the live streams. ESM, lead Yankees creator for ESM. This isn't without you guys. This brand, this logo, ESM, Fireside Yankees, it's nothing without you guys. So, 2024 has been a huge year for us. I really want to just, honest to God, just tell you guys thank you. Thank you for everything you guys have done for us. Thank you for every time you've watched the video, pressed the like button, subscribed, commented. For all the times you've, listened to us at the highest of highs, lowest of lows, good moments, bad moments, wins, losses, hot streaks, cold streaks. You guys have always been there. I remember doing these videos when I was in high school and had no idea what I was doing editing wise. And my hair was more of a mess than it already is. And I had no confidence in talking in a microphone. And I had no editing skills and all that stuff. But you guys have really made me feel more confident in my ability to do this. I want to be the best I can be for you guys and keep providing you guys the content you guys deserve. Thank you all again. And now I'm going to get back to your questions. Just wanted to kind of throw that in there and show you guys my appreciation and just kind of let you guys know. I hope you guys have a great year. I hope you guys had a great 2024 year. If it wasn't what you were hoping for, again, reflect on the positives, reflect on what you did get to do this year. I hopefully 2025 is a bigger year and there's so much more for us to talk about. But some of the questions we got here, how often would they start Grisham to rest Stanton and give Judge DH day? Maybe once every 5 games, right? Maybe. Biggest dream is for this coming season to make it have a similar season as Jackson Merrill did. That would be a beauty. That would be beautiful. That'd be beautiful, man. Imagine you get like a 4-war outcome. That'd be special, man. Jazz, Judge, Bellinger, Goldie, Wells, Stanton, Dominguez, third base, Volpe. I think you swap Goldie and Stanton, but yes, I think that's the lineup right now. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Matt Billing's a good option for sure. I think Matt Billing's a very good option. Good base runner, good hitter. That's what I like. I guess the concern, like how they struggle if Stanton's gone, if he gets hurt. That's fair. That's fair. I think that anything's possible. Look, going 82 and 80 is on the table, but I think this team's better than the 2023 team. Maybe I'm just an optimist. Best guess for who the Yankees acquire for second base or third base? I'm going to say Willie Castro again. After watching the New York Giants and half the Yankees suck this year, I agree. I'm tired of the New York Giants, man. I'm tired. Kim and Lowe would love both of them. Think they're excellent potential additions, would make the Yankees significantly better if they could acquire them. So, with that being said, though, sign Yandy. He's a trade target, and the Yankees aren't going to acquire him to play third base. Not a good defender at all. He's really bad out there. With that being said, though, appreciate you guys stopping by and tuning in to Fireside Yankees. This is our last stream of the year. We're going to be streaming. I think we're going to kick up streams on January 2nd that night. We'll have episodes in between then. I'll have some stuff that should drop, on New Year's Eve. Not obviously while you're all partying and everything earlier in the day. Want to have some stuff for the New Year's Day itself. Maybe I'll stream that day, but it's going to be, 7 p.m., 6:30, that range. January 2nd, just like if you want to remember, if you want to know what the next time we're streaming is, that's going to be the date. One of the goals for the 2025 year is to have a more consistent streaming schedule in terms of having actual dates written down and time commitments in that regard. So there's that. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I got a couple more questions here. Yeah, losing the first pick sucks, man. It sucks, but I guess they have a chance to get it back. I would love Brandon Lowe. I would love Clevenger as well. Clevenger's an excellent left-handed reliever, would certainly upgrade this bullpen a ton, would make this team significantly better in the bullpen. They'd have a truly disgusting bullpen, if we're being honest. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, man. Hope you have a good New Year to you and yours. And I'm Ryan Garcia. This is Fireside Yankees. For the final time in the 2024 year, signing off on a live stream, saying goodbye. I'm going to answer this one. I've not watched Squid Games. Yeah, appreciate you guys a ton. Yeah, have a good one, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. And yeah, have a good one, y'all. Peace.